She. Hi. How you doing? I am Wanda Wisdom. This video should be seen on the Wanda Wisdom's channel. Pardon me. Today's the 13th of August, 2017, Gregorian. So for Universal Day. Well, it depends on what way your sunrise and set it is. It's probably still yesterday in some parts of the world. But anywho, fourth house. Inspired. I think we're still in the waning moon too. Yeah, inspired to do this video about readings. Spiritual readings. Okay? Now, I'm from Harlem. Was a baby child in the 70s. And around a whole lot of pro-black images. And my mom, she tended to take on, she was married to my dad. So whatever religion her husband or her boyfriend was into, she adapted to ideology. So we didn't really, even though I was baptized in Harlem, Second Kingdom Baptist Church, she still wasn't one to go to church every Sunday when we were in Harlem or really get entrenched in that Christian world till we got to Queens. Then we got to Queens and she went to church every single, no, not right away. Because my brother's godparents, his godmom, brought her to the church that she's still with to this day. So I would say maybe 83, 82 is when she started, when she joined that church and was going every single Sunday and take us, you know. Me and my younger brother. I hated church. I love God, you know. What's called God. But the power that created the sun and the ocean, mountains, that frequency, that entity, absolutely love, Maria, you know. But the whole church politics and scene, and my mom was trusted. She became a trustee very quickly. Treasurer, always tithe, always, you know, honest and loyal. I ain't saying this because of my mama. I'm saying it because it is. So she was very happy to find a church home where she was accepted by the power players there, the pastor and things of that nature. In short, readings and things like that sort of scared me, but still was with astrology. When you go to the astrology conventions and meetings and trips or whatever they plan you to go, and someone's always saying, "It choose you, you don't choose it." That shit is true, because no one in my household spoke about astrology. No, you would hear it out in the world and go outside, and the newspaper had the horoscope column, of course, but my mom didn't talk about astrology. Nor did my dad did, that I knew of. The few times I was around him, my older brother didn't. It just wasn't around me in the household, but it was always in me, within me, not around me, but within me. It was just always there, not in the depths of which I started really getting into it. My first Saturn return, when I was led to Mama Oz workshop class. But anywho, so back to the point, readings. I was just scared of them because, you know, you go to Sunday school, you hear things. You go to church every Sunday, you hear things. Like what's deemed demonic and all this other stuff. But Roots has such an impact on me. Watching Roots as a little girl, when it first came out, oh my heavens. So when someone say demonic then or now, I'm thinking, well, are they of that ilk? Are they enslaving anybody? Raping, killing, pillaging, feeding babies, the alligator? You know, so that word makes me think you've done something really terrible. So even when I was younger, I was like, getting a reading is demonic? No, enslaving people, that's demonic in the context in which you put it, you know. But you don't say that. You don't talk back to adults, you know, when you're little. But, you know, you have these thoughts in Sunday school. So needless to say, I was not led to getting a reading for a long time, just scared, you know. Unless it was something fun at a carnival, and those were always generic. They didn't, you know, no groundbreaking anything. Yeah, carnival, little trips to Atlantic City. You know, the kids couldn't go to the casino, so it'd be some sort of chaperone or adult. You walk the boardwalk, get salt with a taffy and other souvenirs. And whoever's with you, it could be somebody in your family, your church, but not too much older to be the chaperone. be like, oh, you like church people gambling? Yeah, exactly. As a little girl, you think like, there's a trip to a casino for Christians? But we won't get with hypocrisies, okay? We won't do that right now. But just the person with you may go get a reading and, you know, tell little kids, y'all sit right here. They have a little lobby. Don't move. But what is she doing back there? So, you know, you get curious as a kid about readings from carnivals or Atlantic City boardwalks and things of that nature. Well, it was the 90s. And I had a friend, Capricorn, who also is a Christian. I don't know if I want to say devout. But she even defended it in some kind of way. How there's no Christian that's 24 hours in Christian mode all the time. We were on the phone in the 90s talking about it. And I'm like, really? You know, and she wasn't defending her thing with getting a reading. Something had happened. And we were talking, I was like, is she supposed to be a Christian doing that? And I think in defense of that, she was like, well, there's no Christian that's 24 hours in Christian mode all the time. No one's like that. I'm like, but you see those same concessions you give for Christians? Christians don't seem to give those concessions for other people, non-Christians. So is that hypocrisy? That's weird. Like, you know, let me be able to get my secular on whenever I feel like it. But you seculars who are secular all the time, fire and brimstone to you. You know, that bullshit. But in any event, to me, if you're a Christian all the time. My mother don't curse. She don't smoke. She don't drink. And I say, no curses, no curse. At all. You'd be hard pressed to find her gossiping. Like, she really works hard to live by those codes, Christian codes. Even though, ain't that a book or something? I gotta Google Christian codes. I think that's something else. You know what I mean? By the Christian doctrine, if you will. She does her Bible study. You know what I'm saying? She don't gamble. But she loves playing cards, but she don't gamble, even for no money or nothing like that. But she's good too. You play in spades if you want to. You may not win, okay? But in the event, you know, chances are. But yeah, but she works hard at being a good Christian from what was taught to her through that medium, okay? Well, I said medium. This is a video about readings. Anyway, long story short, I just didn't get into it till much later. So, the 90s, I'm going to tell you when I became curious. The 90s, I was on the phone with a friend. Yeah, back to the same friend, Capricorn friend. My then friend. And she was in love with this guy, a Leo and Capricorn. And, of course, I'm telling her what that all entails. And she was going to get readings and stuff someplace near off Jamaica Avenue. And they give her, I like the exercises. They were giving her little exercises to do. Of course, I didn't throw up in her face, but aren't you Christian? Should you be doing this? Because we're friends. You want to feel safe talking to your friend. So I didn't throw that up in her face, but I certainly thought it. Because I'm like, she's a Christian. She's going to see a reader and getting I guess when you're in love and you need answers, you got to do what you got to do. But I didn't bring it up because I didn't want to make it look like I was, even though I know Christians do judge, okay? But I didn't want her to feel like I was judging her because I'm not doing it for harsh reasons. It was a sincere curiosity, like, girl, as a Christian, I don't think you should be doing this. It scared me from partaking, and I wasn't even no hard-nosed Christian. I was forced to go to church on Sundays because that's where my mama went. When I turned 17, she just stopped. Yeah, either 16 and a half or 17, she just stopped asking me to go to church with her. Just my little brother went, and then by the time I had a little sister, she just took the two little ones. I woke up one Sunday morning home alone and just rejoiced. Danced. Happy as hell. First, you're home alone, okay? You make all the goodies in the kitchen. You can burn stuff. Nobody's yelling at you. What you burning? Oh, my God. I just rejoiced in the whole house. Like, she didn't wake me up to go to church. Oh, either she see me as grown or she knows I'm not interested. I'm sleeping in the backfield, sleeping. Remember how you sit next to the lady who got the best candy? I don't want to sit next to the lady who got, all of them got peppermints. I used to sit next to the lady who got like the fruit, Jolly Ranchers, like different type of candy, got a variety. And then she opened her pocketbook and you could pick which one you want just for being quiet. Could you imagine getting a candy just for shutting up and not fidgeting and being quiet? I was open. Anyhow, I went to church for the candy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they had cute little breakfast, you know what I'm saying? Depends on who cook. You know, church mothers, they get down, the ones that, you know, food is mediocre. I digress. Now, back then, you know what I'm saying? So, my then friend, the Capricorn, he was giving her exercises like go to the fishmonger, get a blue fish, get a pink fish, certain things he was telling her to do, this reader. And I was like, the exercises are fun. You know, because we would go out with her. She'd get me out the house. I was a housewife, homemaker, at home, homebody in my 20s. Could you imagine? This is in my 20s now. Y'all done got the backstory from younger than 20s. In my 20s, I'm home. You know, my ex-husband, he's a music producer. He's working his day job and then doing music when he's home and off. And the traffic. His friends came over all the time to get that music done. Part of our divorce, I think, was the traffic. Just part and parcel. And then he would think I'm an old fogey. Like, why you don't like traffic and you in your 20s? You act like an old fogey. Nigga, no. But in any event, it was too much. And some of them don't even call first. I guess it's artistic. Ouch. It's artistic when you get an idea and you run to your producer's house. How the fuck if I know? But it was too much. But in any event, my friend, the Capricorn, we like, you got to get out the house. You get out from the traffic, okay? So we would just go out and hang out. Sometimes I hang at her house and chill with her. And she would just tell me about her readings and things of that nature. But I immediately took to the exercises that they tell you to do. I thought it was fun. I know you're like, oh, that's magic, it's witchcraft. If you're a bona fide Christian, I got to put that warning in the title. Don't click on this, okay? If you're bona fide, anything that's anti... really, with the slave master, whatever he feared, you feared as a slave. Whatever he said was demonic, you believed. I know. Whatever the hidden powers that be don't want, you agree with. This ain't the video for you, okay? The hidden powers that shouldn't be, rather, as Zach would say. No, and I ain't admitting shit. I'm just telling you. And I ain't denying shit. I'm just this video is about readings. That's it. How I got into liking to get them. Yeah, give me some insight, okay? And back then they had stuff on TV called Psychic Detectives or Psychic Investigators, Sense and Murder. This shit came on TV. And these are bona fide psychics helping the police department solve cases. So somebody at some point believed in them. Okay, if you don't, that's fine. Click off. They clicked on, okay, and got shit solved. So I was drawn to it. And then my friend getting her readings to find out about her love life and what's going on. I'm like, oh, okay. So, oh well. So still, I didn't really go over there on Jamaica Avenue to go issue, and I still didn't really go get it done, which I should have, because I was having issues in my marriage and his mom, and you know, just yeah, I was really like in a sleep-like state during that time. And that was revealed to me in the latter reading I'll get to in a minute. So, that in my 20s, yeah, with that friend, I got, you know, like, okay. So, you know, you go through it, and then that time passes, you know, time passes and things of that nature. And then not only that, in the hood, there's superstitions. In your household, not my mom per se, but in your family, you hear things. Don't let the broom or mop hit your foot if it does spit on it. You just hear things. My then bestie, her godmother, she stayed with her godmother for a while. Beautiful, big old chunky house. And you had to go, she was in the attic, had to go all the way up these steps to go see her. My Leo ex-bestie. And I would feel better every time I rose to the top like that to visit her. Even though we young, you know, but the steps was a lot of steps. Some steps should have made me tired as hell. But I felt energized more when I got to the top, to her room. And I'm like, why do I feel good every time I go there? She said, because of me. You know, she's a Leo. She meant that shit wholeheartedly. I'm like, no, like something, I don't know, mysticism. It's like a mystical dynamic. It feels really good up here. She said, oh, that room. And she pointed to a room. She was like a middle room. And she was like, don't go in there. You know, just get the door ajar, just peek in. But don't go in there without her permission. Her godmother was, you know, downstairs. It's her house. And I peeked in, and candles. The whole room was beautifully lit with candles, like something you would see in a cathedral. Absolutely beautiful. I know one day, off topic for a minute, she forgot her key. I didn't know you can call the fire department if you're locked out. She forgot her key. Her godmother didn't have a copy. She was like, you ain't got a copy? She was like, no, I gave you the key to get in your room. So she wanted to get in her room. And she didn't have the money to pay no locksmith because she, you know, kept her door. Not from her godmother per se, but I think, you know, it was other people lived in the house and things of that nature. So she had her room locked up when she went to work. Or, you know, when she went out there, she would lock her bedroom door up there. I think she paid some rent too, nominal. I don't know what it was, but you know, she told me back then. But in the event, she couldn't get in. She couldn't afford a locksmith, so she called the fire department. They, you know, they kicked it. I don't know if they kicked the door and they got a tool. But when they came up there, and I guess the door wasn't open, but it was ajar, and they saw those candles, they was like, "No, this is a fire hazard. You can't have this." And da 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 da. You know, good and hell well, they from what I heard, okay, this is hearsay. They ain't pay them fire people no damn mind. And she asked them, okay, you got the door open? I think it's the godmother. Okay, you can leave. Have a good day. Thank you. Have a nice day. Whatever. Get out. You know, because they lingering like, do you want us to, I guess they lingering like, do you want us to water hose it out? No, we want you to get the fuck out. How about that? But in any event, but I liked her godmother's life. She never worked. I'm like, you bullshit. How did she get this house? You know, they told me. So, you know, she would say, you know, when you clean and sweeping, and certain things you have to say and do while you're sweeping and mopping and cleaning, certain things you have to do. So I was always around what would be called superstitions. You know the Stevie Wonder song is scares worth a damn. You know what's scary? Fucking slavery. That's scary. And that's another thing, the dichotomy with certain Negroes or people who are scared of it. But y'all don't seem to take that same umbrage with oppression and slavery. There's melanated people tell you, oh, that was old. Why are you bringing it up? It was old, but it built their empires. Your slave sweat labor gave them generational wealth and blue chip fucking stock and money, okay? I don't understand. Like, oh, that was back then. But back then is their present and future now. This is melanated. I'm not going to say dummies. But I'm like, yes, the past prepares for the future. I don't understand people saying, let it go. They not letting the fiat go that just slave labor produce. But, you know, you don't have to harp on it or talk about it with people who ears aren't interested. But if you're a historian, you got a fourth house that's powerful. No, you're very interested in knowing how did this become that and how did this become this. And you got to look at the past to figure out where you are right now. That's taught in sociology class and social studies back in the day in school. But in any event, so yeah, so in the hood, you're around it. Back then, I don't know if they gentrifying the hoods. I don't know what they talk about today. But, you know, in the projects, there's elders on the bench talking. So there's always, no, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. It means that. So that's always around you growing up in the hood. So that's saturated in the cells. Okay, so that's the 20s. And the 30s is when I finally got a reading. I'm trying to think, before I start getting hooked and addicted. Okay, the first reading I think would be astrology. When I was led to, I wouldn't say stumble, but they said, no, don't say stumble, the spiritual say led. When I was led to that astrology workshop taught by the writer of a national publication, when Time Warner of Viacom took over that magazine, they let all the original staff go. And that's how they do. They're ruled by Aries, so Aries rules new, you know, so they start with a clean slate for them, what's clean to them. So I was hurt. She was there like 24 years writing that column. I read her column as a little girl. So to know her, and she be my teacher. Then she lived around the corner from us. It was too surreal. It was just too surreal. Then she lived, I'm like, she invited us to a barbecue, which they had eggplant on the grill. It was so healthy. I'm like, this is where you live? Are you kidding me? I'm right around the corner from you. Are you kidding me? It was just too surreal. But in any event, and spirituals, kismet, all that. But that reading, my first reading, I would say, would be an astrology reading of my natal chart. Now, I had an idea of it because when I was in high school, I met an astrologer. But she really wouldn't teach me. She was like a big sister. She would teach me a lot of things, but like a natal chart. But as a teenager, I remember she wanted my time of birth like real bad. I'm like, why? Who knows that? Who cares? You should care. She would say things, but she was in her 20s, and I'm a teenager in high school, so you know that's like a world away. And she's not even your average 20-year-old. She's just, you'll read about her in my memoir. Her name is Edie in the memoir. Okay, so yeah, back to the first reading would be the natal chart, my first Saturn return. I didn't realize it was the first Saturn return until I got to the workshop. Let me tell you how I got there. I was walking to work. Okay, I was happy to have a job. I was, with my first husband. And he would say, well, you ain't worked in years. You leave me, who gonna take care of you? They gonna take care of you like me. What you gonna do? You'll be back. And, I'm like, ugh, I'm gonna get a job. I'll show him. So I finally got a job. Like a job with benefits. You gotta go to academy, research. I got a job. Because I took a lot of city exams. In New York, you know, the list could be open or could be closed. So I just started looking up every exam I ever took and calling around to see if the list was closed, if it's open, when is the next pool. Hey, I'm gonna have to get a job, you know, because I love him, but we fit to get a divorce. So I'm gonna have to take care of myself and figure this shit out. So I was happy I got a job, and because I was happy, you know, I was still into God, you know, what's called God. And I wanted to thank God in a more tangible way than just saying thank you. And I went to some Bible study. It was like, oh, you have to put a penny, get a piggy bank, and put a penny, some kind of days of gratitude, put a coin in each. I'm like, okay, that's cute. I wanted to still thank him. I was calling him then, the energy of him, for help facilitating this job. So I want to do it in a more physical way. And they would say, well, you have to do something physical. Then maybe we could do some working out, and, you know, something like that. Fasting, and, you know, just show your gratitude through fasting and working out. And okay, that's good. But then I wanted to walk. You know what I mean? I don't know. I have Forrest Gump images. I'm like, I should walk. I'm going to, and they start off with 2 weeks. I told the creator I'm going to walk for 2 weeks as a show of gratitude for this job. And I was getting sick. Y'all can read about that in the memoir. I suddenly got really sick. And I don't think Spirit wanted me with that job. I don't know. It was, y'all read about that in the memoir in detail. But with inexplicable shit. You go to the hospital, like, oh no, you're fine. I'm like, no, the fuck up. And then you would read, I would meet certain Caribbean nurses that would say, I know what's wrong with you. You know, call this number. So the readings, like astrology choose you. Sometimes the reading could choose you. Because, you know, they telling you fine and this, that, third, and the other one. I'm like, I am. I feel horrible. I feel fucking horrible. You read about that in the memoir. More, you know, in detail. So anyway, so I'm walking to work. So I'm going to walk for 2 weeks as a show of gratitude. Because I was so happy I could support myself. I didn't need my ex-husband anymore to support me. So I'm walking to work. And I used to walk all the way up to Hillside Avenue and turn there. But there's a Baskin Robbins. I don't know if it still is a Baskin Robbins on Hillside Avenue. So I found myself getting my favorite thing from Baskin Robbins. And still walking, but, you know, sipping as I walk. I'm like, I shouldn't be drinking this. I'm drinking all the calories I probably just burned off. You know what I'm saying? Easy on, hard off. You know what I'm saying? So I said, this one particular day. Oh yeah, let me talk about the Baskin Robbins. There's something called daiquiri ice. Do they still have it? Every now and again, you can walk in the Baskin Robbins and see it and just jump for joy. It's green. My aunt, my mother's sister, put me on to that years ago in the 80s. Daiquiri ice free, she called it. It's 2 scoops. It depends on what size cup you get. 2 scoops of Baskin Robbins, daiquiri ice, good green. 1 scoop of vanilla. Then they put some kind of syrup. Bring your soda, that fountain shit. Do they still got the fountain? I don't trust the fountain. So I would bring my own closed new soda. I would get ginger ale or club soda. Depends on how sweet I was ready to tolerate it. They put the vanilla syrup in it. Then I tell them, can y'all blend it with this soda? Sometimes they go, I have to ask the manager because there's food coming across. You know, the health department has, did y'all know this shit? Because you can do law enforcement with the health department. I'm talking too much, never mind. But did y'all know that in restaurants, the food has to come from the side of the workers to you? Food is not supposed to come from the outside world over that counter. Did y'all know that shit in New York? I don't, they still do that? I don't know. So they shoot like, you know, somewhere. I got to ask the manager. I'm like, it's brand new. I just bought it from the store next door. I know, but it's coming from the outside across the counter. I'm like, but it'll be consumed by me. I'm not telling you to feed it to other patrons. It's my daggone drink. I don't want your fountain soda. It takes, you can taste the tap water and shit takes fierce. And then to fuck up the whole daiquiri ice freeze, in my opinion. So the manager will okay it. Because it's going in my constitution. I ain't giving it to no stranger you about to sell it to. So anyway, so you bring your own ginger ale, your own club soda. And they put that thing in that blender. When I tell you that's the best shit you ever had in your life, if you a daiquiri ice person, just get a sample of it, see if you like that flavor. That is the best shake I've ever had in my life. OMG. Khalees, if you had that milkshake in your yard, this ain't no Lesbo teas, okay? What Lil' Kim said that song? What's that shit she said? Well, I ain't know that. I don't know. The shit was my shit. Lil' Kim, you my girl. We met in the Rolling Stone building, Rolling Stone magazine, wherever building that was in Manhattan when I was a messenger. Lil' Kim, you was so nice to me, so sweet. And little. I'm a little, I was going to say my height. I ain't but so tall. Oh, God, just a sweetheart. And you had the platinum wig, like the small to the side in the fur. But this was winter 97. I just moved back from the Poconos. Oh, what am I doing? Never mind. I tweet this Lil' Kim. Tell them fast forward to the 20 mark. It's too much fun. Anyway, but yeah, y'all. What's my train of thought? I'm on readings, right? I hope this ain't another hour video. I'm not cogent. When you read my book again, put your emotional seatbelt on, get your brakes on. Because disseminating moon. You gotta Google disseminating moon babies, okay? It is what the fuck it is. What the fuck was I just talking about? The readings? Oh, how did I get the little cam? Ain't this a bitch? What the fuck? Oh, she did come back to me. Because I had that. No, never mind you. Okay, so yeah, that shake is the best. Oh, please, that was funny as hell. Yeah, but I would come to the yard for just that milkshake. If that was shit, where they was at the Baskin Robbins workers blending the shit in the yard. That milkshake, and I don't even do dairy like that. I don't think dairy ice is sorbet. Is it dairy in there? Y'all tweet us at Baskin Robbins and ask them if it's dairy and daiquiri ice. I don't know. Does Baskin Robbins have a Twitter account? Don't the owner of that is vegan? I read Russell Simmons' book, Happy Vegan. I think one of the owners of Baskin Robbins is a mother. Ain't the irony of that shit? But that's why I think they may have the sorbet and whatnot. Yeah, because when I read that in Happy Vegan, I thought about my favorite daiquiri ice. You know what I'm saying? But if they got a non-dairy vanilla, y'all vegans, try that shit. Daiquiri ice freeze, okay? Oh my God, it's so good. I'll go to the yard for that shit. Yeah, y'all blend me up one right fast. Peace, Khalees. Leo. Ooh, her birthday. And her birthday on solar eclipse. I don't like it. Don't y'all look at her full videos, y'all? Anyway, but back to my point about the readings. This particular day, and I had a little guap in my my fanny pack and shit. I'm like, I'm not going down Hillside because I'm gonna get the daiquiri ice. I'm just fuck. And they got my favorite pizzas across the street from there. Y'all know that's Margaret. Y'all heard that from Queens. Tweet us the Queens people. Y'all heard that Margarita is cousins with the is it Gabby's? I know that pizza is good. Not as good as Margaritas, but if they cousins, it makes sense why both them pizzas are the best pizza you ever had in your damn. Listen, non-native New Yorkers, y'all in New York, y'all going to get a slice of margaritas on Jamaica Avenue. Then go to Francis Lewis Boulevard. No, it's Hillside. It's Hillside, I'm bugging. Is that the cross street? What the fuck is the cross street? No, this is, what the fuck is this? Is this, what the fuck is this? Yeah, it's Francis Lewis and Hillside. Yeah. Y'all, I ain't been in Queens in a minute. Go on, I don't TMI. Well, it is, what the fuck it is. Taste Gabby's and taste margaritas, and y'all go ahead and tweet me. I can't get my, I can't think of my doggone passy code. I've been on Twitter so long. Is it Wanda Wise on Twitter? Wanda with an H, y'all. Wanda Wise on Twitter. Or email me at wisdomwanda@gmail. Wanda with an H's and Harry at the end. And let me know how y'all like the pizza and the daiquiri ice. Freeze. Bring your own soda. The manager should let you, because they ain't selling to nobody else but you. They may say, oh, the prices still be the same. Fine. But I don't want to taste your fountain water. It tastes horrible. Tap water. Do y'all clean tap? Do y'all clean the machines? No, use a soda, please. Shit. Okay, now, but I didn't want to do it that day. Sacrifice. You see what I'm saying to you? How Curtis Mayfield sung in one of his songs, sweetest is a sacrifice. A sane sacrifice, y'all. I done told y'all I look at Jordan Maxwell sometime in the mother's video. Famous sacrifice, y'all. Okay. So I reiterate, sane sacrifice, like not buying a daiquiri ice, sane shit, okay? So instead of going up the Hillside, I turned on Jamaica Avenue, okay? And there's an African poetry theater on Jamaica Avenue. I don't know if it's still there. And I saw a sign, walking by, I saw a sign with her name, and I saw the glyph. Now, I done read so many astrology books. I recognize the glyph, but not that it's called a glyph or, is associated with Leo. I don't know, but it caught my eye because I read so many books by that time coming up in my life, in this incarnation. And it was a sign on the door, workshop. And I looked at the date and time, and I knew I was late. The workshop may have started maybe, I don't know, 7-ish. I don't know. I'm just forgetting, but calling out a number. And I was already late, maybe 30 minutes late. And I'm like, but this is today. And keep in mind, this is a new job. I need not be late. Oh, no. I need not miss roll call. No, I need not be late. Okay, but I allow enough time for the walk, so I can get there, and I take a cat bath in the female's locker room. I take a cat bath. And my uniform is in the locker. Y'all don't need all that shit. There's too much information. But, in case you're wondering, like, damn, you walk to work? Or, do you smell when you get there? No, you can take a cat bath there. Oh, people need details, y'all. Sometimes people need detail. So I'm looking at the flyer. It's $10 for the workshop, but it was that moment. It was right there in that moment. It was that day, that time. I'm like, And I'm looking, should I go to work? Should I do this? I'm still on probation. You can lose your job fucking around. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, should I go to work? Should I do this? Should I go to work? Should I do this? Should I go to work? You know what I'm saying to you? I'm like, I love astrology. And I love this woman. Is this, her name is unique. And how many of those names? It has to be her from the magazine. I'm like, is this the lady from the magazine who writes the horoscope? I never saw her in person. I just know her from reading her column from since a little girl. My mother had a subscription to the magazine at one point in Harlem, Queen. You see what I'm saying to you? So I'm like, oh my heavens, is this is her? So if just to go upstairs to just meet her, I'll pay the $10 just to meet her. So you put the $10 like in a cute little pretty basket, and they'll motion you to come in. You know, don't be quiet, don't interrupt. The class is already in motion, so they motion us to come in. There was another lady already. I think she was already coming up the steps. You know, if you're from Queens, the African Poetry Theater, you go up all these steps. So she was already at the top of the steps. And I guess she had trepidation coming in late as well. So they motioning us to come in, and I take her cue. She must have went to the class because that class lasted a whole week. Come to find out, you see what I'm saying? Because I had the dates and all that on the flyer and whatnot and whatnot. So she put her $10 in the basket, and you see all the $10 there. So I put it's an honest, system. I put my $10 in the basket, and then we sit down at the table with the rest of the students, and she's talking. She's at the head of the table where she belonged, the teacher, and she's talking, and I just pick up, and that class changed my life in this incarnation. That class, yes. So that was it. And then after she finished the lecture, then it's open to a group discussion. People go for like little ciphers and huddles. And these students are, I feel like the youngest one there, I think I was 29 at the time, because they kept saying, oh, you're in your Saturn return. That was like all the rage. And they seemed older, not much older, but in their early 30s or 30s. Some of them 40s, some of the elders were there. They were burning sage. It was just beautiful. But they had this machine, this sun machine. You don't plug it in the wall. Sun signs here. It solarizes in the sun. This is the machine she had that people was pulling their natal charts out. I'm telling you, it was pure magic. I'm like, you don't plug it in? They said, no, it's solarized. I sit in the sun every day. I'm like, wow. They type in something, and it pulls out the natal chart. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, I still didn't know my time. Now, Edie was asking me this in high school, but I still didn't know the time. I was like, I don't know. And they was telling you, like, oh, it's not on the new birth certificates. They don't want people to know who they are. You got to write away for the long form. They was telling me how to write away for the long form. You want your time. Well, ask your mom. Your mom may remember things of that nature. But I knew I was going to be back that next day. So my first reading technically was in that workshop. So it was, they did my natal chart with 12 noon. I think they do 12 noon for everybody. They don't know your time. So they had, some information, to look at my natal chart. So that's how that happened there in that moment. And I was completely and utterly enthralled. Oh my goodness. So, you just move on with life. And from there on out, I was just completely entrenched in astro studies. Completely entrenched in it. And they was happy, like, oh, you moved in your Saturn return. I was telling them I walked away. Oh, you walking, you working out, that's good. You have to do something. You have to be disciplined in your Saturn return. Or Saturn, you do Saturn. Don't let Saturn do you, is their point. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that you chose to walk and do this. I lost 100 pounds too. But the intent wasn't to lose weight. That turned them on too. Like, oh, you did it just in gratitude to the Creator. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, but after the 2 weeks, my body still wasn't like, we still want to walk. So I was walking for months and months. I went out on workman's comp, and you read that in the memoir. Read that in the memoir. What made me stop walking to work and walking home? It could be any kind of weather, unfazed, walking. Just a walking, okay? Just that Forrest Gump. I know why you did it, baby. But anywho, it clears your mind. It just, it was just beautiful walking. You have to get back to it. I have to figure out a way to get back to it. I need to, because August 98. You see what I'm saying? You should believe the same shit. You see what I'm saying? But in any event, right now is lunar thing, eclipse and whatnot. Hold on, y'all. Pardon me. I'm still morning. I'm sleepy. I'm feeling the sleepies again. I ain't had no breakfast. I'm no breakfast. Okay. So in my 30s, I'm taking a real estate class. From the okay, that's it. From the astrology reading, they was like, you should really look into real estate. I'm like, nah. That's not my thing. That's my mom's thing. They were like, she may have between over time she was born. I'm like, no, I don't know what my mom was born. But I said, Mommy, we have to figure this out. We have to figure it out, okay? She was like, is it that important? Yes, Mom, is that important? It's so important. They don't want you to know it. That's how important it is. They want to know it. Be all in your shit. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know yourself. Ain't that some shit? Ugh. But in any event, so the astrologer's like, yeah, real estate. They told me other things, stock market stuff. I was not the least bit. Only thing I've been interested in that I can recall is astrology. I'm like, real estate and the stock market. What? They was like, yeah, you per your natal chart. Yeah, you should do good there. Go on, look into that. I'm like, oh, just astrology, a husband and my babies, and fashion. I love fashion, but I threw that to the wind after family robbed my house. I was convinced God let that happen because I could stop being superficial and caring about fashion and clothes and appearance and aesthetics. But I like clothes. Yeah, I like it. I used to roll with them boosters from Brooklyn back in the days. I plead the fifth on anything else, okay? But yeah, fashion was New Yorkers, the 80s, the fly, that was the shit. But they robbed my house in February 1990, and I said, okay, the Creator don't want me doing this superficial shit. And my sister-in-law, Charlene, in the book, she was like, that's what you think? I never forget. She said, that's what you think? Okay, I think it's just a bunch of evil people that wanted your shit, that wanted your stuff. She said stuff. I was like, maybe that too, but the spirit, I'm always wanting to know the spiritual reason. You don't think it's, God saying leave the superficiality shit alone? You're like, well, that's what you want to think. But I'm going to think what I think, and I think they just wanted your stuff. Because she and my pretty friend, Tiny, helped me go get my stuff. When I came downstairs, I said, okay, there's nothing to go. There's nothing to get, ladies. We can get back in the car. It was like, you don't want your stuff? I'm like, there's nothing up there. Oh, shit. The stuff they didn't want, they left in the yard. How Chris Rock said it, that's your family. I need a spiritual reading on that shit, too. And let me tell you what happened. And you know how they say the best readers are not online. They don't have advertisement. You just got to be lucky enough to find them. They won't find you or bump into them. Or it's like Kismet, because they don't have like commercials and advertisement. Most of them, from what I was told. Or you in a country like I went to Costa Rica, cruises, you island hop, and I love St. Kitts. St. Kitts, I love you. Oh my goodness. But you know what I'm saying? You island hop, and then you pass spiritual people. Like Roa, I forgot what season it was. They went to South Africa, and the African gentleman, he did a reading for them. I was open. He's good too. He's a real McCoy. I could sense it because I didn't had enough readings. Okay. Oh, this is gonna go over an hour because I didn't even get into the readings yet, and my addiction to them, to the ones that are good, the ones that know what they're doing. Let me. And then when you get a really good one, it's like having a really good man, and y'all break up. You don't want to, but you automatically compare any successes to that good man. Okay. Same with y'all fellas. If you have a really good woman, you don't want to compare because it's not fair. But in your mind, you're like, oh no, I done regressed in choosing a partner. You're supposed to progress, not regress, So the same with readers. When you have a good one, and then you get one that's mediocre, you don't disrespect. You pay the fee, but you know good when you had the and I had the best. Why do I feel like Samoa when she says you don't know? Like I know, But you don't know readers like I know readers, okay? But anywho. So getting up to the real estate class. Yeah, I went to that through astrology readings. So I was like, oh, okay, I went to a real estate class in Richmond Hill, Queens. And I met two ladies there. You make friends in schools. Like any other school, you're bound to make some friends, associates, acquaintances. And it was pretty cool. And they were Colombian, beautiful women. And one wanted me to work with her because I spoke well. But your business is Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. She said, but you understand it. I'm like, I do. And just like when I had the job with the benefits, it was a Spanish lady. Blessings be upon your spirit, sweetheart. Blessings. I even took her to when I had the good reader. I took her one day. But in any event, oh, pardon me, y'all. That was uncouth. The reader in the real estate class, she was offered me a job or some sort of. She said, you understand it. You can't speak it, but when I say things, you answer me in English. That tells me you understand it. I'm like, oh, I'm from Spanish Harlem. Maybe that's it. They said that, you know, little girl, you have Spanish Puerto Rican friends. I think if you're around it, but I can't speak it. I can't speak it. And if I hear certain words, maybe because that's where I was, you know, from, but like a litany of Spanish, I'm like, wait, slow down. Can you talk slower? But she said, you're answering me in English, but I know you understand me because this happened more than once. I'm like, oh, really? In class too? I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. So it's unconscious, subconscious, I think. You know, like that Vox video, to the commenter in the comments of the Vox video about Rakim. And you know what? The oppressor hates that when you say, you know, I like, you know, they're going to tell him he's wrong. I don't even know if he came back to read his replies under his comment. I hope he don't. Because then he should write, no, you're wrong for saying that. I said what I said, Nene voice. I said what I said. What the fuck? But he said that because the Rakim is so dope. That's your soul, your DNA. I digress for a minute, y'all. But the commenter under that Vox, V is in Victor OX, try to find a video where they talk about Rakim and the lyricist. I forgot his title. But the commenter said this is subconscious because the Caucasoids. I was bugging out how the Caucasoids examine and study hip hop like that. My stepfather said it, blessings be upon his spirit. He said they're fascinated with us. My ex-husband said that too. He was in a gas station in Long Island. My ex-husband was born in Brooklyn, but raised in Long Island. That's how you know Biz and Rakim, and I'm, you know, music producer. You see the same thing. But we was out there, and there was a Caucasoid couple just staring at us, and he was pumping gas. I'm like, we're doing what you're supposed to do in a gas station. We pay for the gas. I'm like, why? And it wasn't an evil stare, because then you think racism. Being that it wasn't an evil, vile stare, my mind didn't go, oh God, racism. It was a stare and wonder, like you saw aliens or something. I'm like, why are they staring at us? And my husband said, you didn't know? I'm like, no, I didn't know. Well, know what? What the fuck? What? They're fascinated with us. Why? We're in a hoopty. It's a cute hoopty. You know, hooked and suited up. My ex got mechanic skills. It's a cute hoopty, what you did with it. But, you know, we're just with our family, car seats, everything is in seatbelt. What the fuck is it? What is the fascination about what? Not just me and you won't call me chubby. Not just me and you chubby. You know, us, melanated. They fascinated with us. I'm like, but they don't have black people. I call it black that thing. They have black people in their neighborhood. He said, I don't know, out here. I don't know where he took me. It was Syosset. I don't, because he had Jew managers. They invited us to some sort of barbecue. They had an argument with another Caucasoid bitch. And never mind Syosset. Y'all read the memoir. But in any event, so when I'm looking at the Vox video, I'm like, they are really, and the thing got 4 million hits. And I'm like, they're really fascinated. It's y'all. When they said hate is really confused admirer, Cyrock said that in one of her lyrics and one of her songs. Shout out to Cyrock. I tweet this up. She said ain't nothing but a confused admirer. I've been hearing that about hate. I'm talking about nonsensical hate. Not that you stole someone's shoe and they have a reason to hate you because you did is an event you did to them. I'm talking about plum rank strangers hating you. And hate is a passionate feeling. To have a passionate vibe from someone you don't have a passionate connection to, like you don't even know them, that's psychotic. Per the Psych 101 classes I sat in, and I took my nursing was my first major. I had a lot of science classes. Okay, I was gonna take psychology because my Capricorn friend, she graduated with psychology. She inspired me too. The college, my mom and her, yeah, but she was doing psychology. You know, hard body, be on the phone with the shit. But yeah, Psych 101, Psych 102, Psych 103, Sociology, I was Anthropology, those psych shits, I was on it. And the professors were good, shout out to them. The ones I had, I don't know who you had, the ones I had, okay. But yeah, they ain't talk about it in a racist sense, if you will. But they would say if you have a passionate connection, if you feel passionate about someone that you don't know, plumb stranger, how do you feel that connected to a stranger? You're psychotic. But then you learn about past lives, but there was racism in past lives, centuries of this shit. So I guess they've been holding that psychosis, that sick psychosis for past lives. And I digress. This video is about readings. Okay, readings. In any event. Now, how did I even get onto the racism shit when it's about the real estate class? Oh gosh, yo. You can rewind and see how the shit segued, parlayed. I don't know. And that disseminating moon, yeah, that's me. Phenomenal woman, that's me too. But disseminating moon, yeah, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be like let's shish y'all to the beat, y'all. My bridge is gonna be like disseminating moon. That's me. If you born on a disseminating moon, you're here to disseminate information. However the fuck it may come, okay? Scattered sweet cheat tea. It is what the fuck it is, okay? And I'm sweet. That came in the cards too once. She was like, you have a sweet womb. No, never, that's too much information. Never mind. Yeah. Did y'all think I'm bragging? I'm not bragging. Shit comes out in readings. And it was no lesbo tease. What was that little Kim lyric when she said, I ain't lying. Wanna not know, Lil Kim is my girl. What is the reading when she says I ain't no lesbo? How she say shit? I think it's one. Is it Get Money with Biggie? Now I'm gonna listen to the shit when I go through the video, y'all. Because my brain will try to remember that shit, and I'm just go listen to the video. But the lyric is dope, because that's what comes to the mind every time I say no. And this is the new school shit where you gotta say no homo. My old school didn't say that, but I guess it's new school. You have to, like Dame say pause. You gotta insert that pause. Oh, jeez. Never mind, y'all. This book, not the book. This video is about readings. Papa, I think I need breakfast. All I had was a little piece of fruit and water. That's what that is, y'all. I need my energy shake, okay? Make me a smoothie, some shit. He in the kitchen, maybe he cooking. I don't know. Let's get lucky. Hope we get lucky with some good food. He made good breakfast, too. Papa, you make good breakfast. I like your spaghetti, too, Daddy. I'm telling strangers about it. Tell you. Compliment my man. Okay, reading. So I'm in the real estate class, and the Colombian sisters take a liking to me. It was so nice. And, one day she offered to drive me home, and I was still walking. I'm like, I could walk. I'm not that far. She was like, no, let me take you home. Let's get breakfast. Let's do something. Because I guess we were so cool in class. She was like, let's hang out after class. So I was like, okay, cool. And the other Colombian girl, and one was a light-skinned Colombian and one was a dark-skinned Colombian, so pretty. And I remember their signs too, and I would talk to them about astrology and all that. But in the event, they were receptive. Now I know why, because once you're spiritual, you're plugged into out the box nearly everything thinking. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, I can't really hang out because I have to go get in my reading, and they talking Spanish, and then. From what they saying, I'm responding in English. Totally still not feeling excluded in the conversation. That's why she said, you could work for me. You could work with our English speaking clients. I'm going to tell you what made me not take the job. That money would have been good too, y'all. Y'all look at Power. Okay. The crew that took the baby. It looked her clique looked very serious like that. Foxy Brown has some lyric about the Columbia. I ain't about that life now. I had in the 80s. I ran with the boosters, the children, the gay kids, and the DC. I did little. I pleaded if I ain't do shit, statutes and codes. I ain't do fiction. But that was for fashion. That was, how long it took. Now this is fiction. I'm doing fiction story. Okay, storytelling, motherfucking fiction, statute and codes. Okay, statute limitations. Okay. You know how long it took? Boosters like, yeah, you don't make no money. Why the fuck you keep wearing your shit? Because I would get my shit to wear. I want to wear. They could pay me in clothes, certain shit they want. You pay me in motherfucking gear. They was like, you don't want no money? You don't like money? What the fuck wrong with you? They was like, no, you have to, pop shit that ain't your size or some shit. Y'all read the memoir. Me to read the memoir. But that was about the extent of my, this is fiction. This is for story's sake, okay? But that was the extent of my larcenistic activity. Now you could date block huggers, and and I wasn't even of that ilk to them. I remember I dated a cutie pop from Dykeman uptown, and he was like, when we used to write each other, he went up north, and he wrote me back like, you had larceny in you. He was like in shock. I wrote about the boosting stint. He was like, oh shit, I would have never thunk it. So you know what I'm saying? So street people saw me in a whole nother way. Never mind, this is the 80s, and never mind. The point of the matter is, the Colombian sister, she didn't tell me too much, but she wanted me there for what she said because the haters is hating right now. From what she said, hatreds and haters, that I spoke well, and she liked my diction, and she was convinced that I would understand what the fuck is going on because I'm communicating with them. But I think because I like y'all, my guard is down. If I'm in a place where I'm nervous as hell and my guard is up, I ain't gonna understand shit other than how to get the fuck out of here. She started laughing. I'm cool, my guard is down. So spirit, subconscious, that's the Vox thing I'm telling you. The commenter wrote that the rappers write this, their subconscious mind lead them to write this. They analyzing the shit like it was now sometimes maybe it is deliberate. Some people wrote under that comment. It could be deliberate. The commenter felt that it's magic. It's your subconscious mind. It's past lives of speaking other languages from Al-Kebalon. And your DNA is dormant in those languages because you don't speak it now. I believe rap is activating that. Never mind, child. Back to readings. So Virgo and Sagittarius, let me get the signs. Virgo and Sagittarius. Virgo couldn't hang out with us late because she had to go get a reading. So we was like, oh, okay, where you go? What is that? Who's that? Is she good? She was like, hell yeah, she the best. Da-da-da-da-da. And so Sag was like, well, I'll drop you off there. And can I come in? You know, she was like, well, you know, let me call and make sure. You know, you want to make sure. So I was like, ask if I can come in too. She was like, okay, let me call, let me make sure. You don't just bring, you know, strangers to people's house. You don't do that. So we had to stop off at some store, get cigars for her, and bring gifts too. You just don't just bring the fee. You bring gifts. Okay, bring gifts. That's what you do. Okay, so it's proper. Okay, so we, you know, stopped and then we went, and my life was changed. And you feel the power as soon as you walk the door. Let me tell you how pussy shit I was with this spiritual shit when it's real. Okay. She was on the phone. The reader was on the phone, and we were all three was friendly, talking everything. And she still was talking to them in Spanish, and still on her phone. And I was, you know, my mom said you don't just, you know, come all the way in. You have the people beckoning you into their home. You don't just assume a seat. You let them invite you to a seat. So I just was standing. I'm just standing right there at vestibule-ish. Because that's how I was raised, okay? You know, she would, you know, you beckon me in and you invite me to which seat is, you know, you just have to make sure it's okay. That's how I was raised. Etiquette books. Go on, get you some etiquette books, okay? So, for something, they had to go to the car. Why both of them? I don't know. And I'm from Harlem. I guess I'm getting paranoid. Like, why y'all both got to go back to the car? The Sag had to go back to the car, and the Virgo was like, oh, I forgot something too. I'm like, why can't the Sag get what you forgot, Virgo, and let her bring it back, you know, whatever it is? Why y'all both going to the car? And they was like, you so crazy. They laughed. Like, she's so crazy. No, I'm dead. Because I have that comedic thing I can't help it. It spills out of me. I don't know. Well, I do know this. My natal chart, they showed me something with Mercury and aspect. I'm like, why the fuck y'all both got to go to the car? Why? I'm not laughing. I know I appear to be a kiki, but right now within my cells, I don't feel kiki-ish. I feel very why the fuck are you abandoning me here? Where the fuck y'all go? No, you so crazy. I really that. But I think that was spiritual because they went to their vehicle. It didn't take long in actuality, but it felt like fucking forever to me. Okay, and she got off the phone and she looked at me and she said something. I don't even know. We said hi. The girls didn't have a chance to really introduce me. Well, the Virgo would have to introduce me and the Sag to the reader. There was no time. They went right to the car, and I'm just there alone. That was spiritual. I know it was. What she said to me, I won't disclose. I won't. Not this video. Not even in my memoir. Not in my memoir. But I said to her in English, because she didn't speak that much English. Just, you know, poquito a little bit. Okay. I said to her in English, that's partially true. But as soon as we cut the deck, we're going to find out why. The other part is not true. But I was stunned by the partially true and how that just came. Wow. So, no, I'm not documenting that. And if you ask me in person, I forgot. Amnesia. As you can see per my other videos in this one, short-term memory, yeah, totally forgot. Yeah, memory, yeah. I don't remember. Thank you for watching my video or reading my book or reading the memoir, but I don't remember. I don't remember. But anyway, so I was stunned and taken aback like, oh, my. So I think Spirit said you're going to need this energy alone for a little bit to pick up something. That's why they went to the car. They came back to the car giggling and happy. I guess they got what they had to get. And then, you know, it was time to get to work. And life transforming. To this day, she's the best I've ever. I don't want to say the best because I done had translate ones from Africa that speak no English with a translation Skype. Man, oh man, readings. And Nadia, sure, she has a video with a Capricorn, well-respected Capricorn in the astro community. I can't think of his name now. And I've been in his house over there in Manhattan. Not his house. He gets to rent. I guess you could rent a room like a what would be the community center, the projects. But these nice houses over there by NYU. Nice building, but when they rent their community room downstairs, it was pretty posh. Like bookshelves, it was nice. Small, little cramped, but I went to astrology class there. And I was sitting in the back where his desk was. Not at the desk, but along adjacent to it. So he came and sat at his desk, and I was like, oh my heavens, I'm sitting next to him. How come I can't think of his name? Oh my heavens. Capricorn. I can't think of his name. But in any event, It'll come to me. I don't. Well, you see Nadia Shore. You see the videos where she's interviewing people. If you want, you go check out the channel. And with something he said to her about what he's seeking to feel. Well, this thing gonna be a 2-hour video. It really is what the fuck it is. But what he's seeking to feel. Well, don't click off the shit. Not y'all. Not rational minds who understand nothing that's forced on you. You have to complain about. Dietrichs and Hatrix, they complain about things that's not forced on them. Because they be like, well, you have your First Amendment. Complainers have their First Amendment rights too. So I'm not questioning their First Amendment rights. Yes, we have our First Amendment rights, all of us. I'm questioning the logic behind how you import your First Amendment rights. I ain't saying you don't do your First Amendment rights. I'm just saying most detractors and what's called haters. I like Hatrix and Dietrichs. I get bored with words sometimes and put my little spin on. You don't like it, click off. I don't understand how they complain about things that's not forced on. Y'all notice that? Like GMOs and Frankenfoods. You can say the food ain't forced them. They choose to go in the store and buy the shit. But there's no label saying, hi, I'm GMO. It's still a deceptive thing. Joy Behar, you mentioned that on Bill Maher's show. Ever since then, Joy, you've been on my radar in an affable way. I didn't hate you before, but just indifferent. I had no, y'all tweet us to Joy Behar. Tell her when to fast forward to. I had no definite sentiment towards JB at all. They're Joy Behar. She said that shit on Bill Maher. She said to the person, well, if it's so benign, why not put it on a label? I said, oh, you just got my attention. Oh, Joy, you done got my attention, girl. In an affable way. I digress. But in any event, yeah, Hatrix and Dietrichs complain about things that's not forcing them. That's what's so bizarre. Like, will someone force you to click on? Did someone force you to stay on the video? What the fuck? But in any event, okay, now back to the Capricorn. Yeah. So yeah, it's surreal because I met him in person, and I was trying to tell him I like what you said in Nadia Shore's video, but I'm talking while class is going on. You know, Sam was teaching class, and so I'm talking. He's looking at me like, Capricorn, don't you see a class is going on? Tell me this after class. He didn't say that, but that was a facial expression. I said, oh, disciplinarian. Okay, let me hush. But yeah, I wanted to thank him for saying that because it made me think of all the lotus moments, because he's looking for a lotus moment that. Because he feel like he shouldn't get, well, he's already paid in full, okay? But for a Capricorn to feel like they shouldn't get paid, you know, Capricorns review, earth signs review money, earth and water, we all need our guap, okay? But earth and water about their damn paper, they don't work for it, whether they think they did mediocre or not, okay? I work for, give me mine, okay? Look, you pay me, okay? So for him to say that, like he don't feel like he should get paid, like he should give the reading away for free, if he doesn't feel that lotus blooming effect. I said, wow, that really, really touched me in an affable, auspicious way and whatnot. And I thought back, and as soon as I saw the video and he said that, I thought back to all the lotus moments, if you will, of all the readings I've ever had. Now, the reading I just told you about that the Virgo and Sag took me to, lotus moments on full ping swole. Ping, ping, ping. Lotus moments on full ping swole. Oh, I wish she was still my reader. Oh my gosh, jeez. All things come to an end. You can read in a memoir. My memoir is a trilogy, so the third installation of my memoir. How that reading just had to come. How Lauryn Hill said in The Sweetest Thing, that song, how she sung it. All good things come to an end. Oh. But I'm the 7. Yes. Never mind. I read the memoir for all that. But in any event, so I can't. It's too many lotus moments to mention with that reader. Too many. So we won't even go through that. I mentioned most of them in the memoir. Just that she's the truth, okay? The truth, okay? Oh, pardon me, that is so uncouth. Well, she looks ungood. Tony ran the odd couple episode when they wrote reversal, and Oscar said, "Let her go. She's so uncouth." That shit was funny. So I digress. Okay, now listen to me. The odd couple, that was my shit. I love it so much. I read Jack Klugman's book, Tony and Me: A Story of Friendship. And a part of that book brought me to tears. Listen to your spirit, Jack Klugman. How he spoke about explosions, you know, just, not that they bullshit, but he said there's nothing more powerful than human emotion. A Taurus said that, yes he did. Because, you know, you see a movie and there's explosions. And I think I talked about another video, how they had air. I took a film class. The teacher was in Aries. And Aries telling you explosions don't move him in the movie, like, you know, okay, what is there a point? What the fuck is it? And I'm telling him Aries rules explosions, you know. So I was so stunned he said that. He was like, oh, it does? Yeah, I was into him from there on out. And Aries telling you an explosion, okay, is there more to it? Is there some substance? Or is there a solid reason? You know what I'm saying? But, and he's male. Aries rules males. You know, Mars. Okay, anyway, and he's Caucasoid. Was he Caucasian? I mean, he got olive hues. If he was Italian descent, that's Scorpio. Still Mars. Okay, listen, I digress. So I'm going to go over the Lotus moments in, the Lotus is auspicious. There's some other okay, what can I call a horrible moments? Lotus, should I give up my Lotus blooms? That should be in a memoir. But this video is about readings. But I don't know if I want to give up all my Lotus blooming moments. I paid for those readings, okay? You know, y'all ain't paying for this video. I'm gonna give up all my... Okay, you pay your cable bill, your internet bill, but you know what I'm saying? Let's say I make this video $1.99. I see some people do that now. But I don't know, but I'm not getting up all the Lotus bloom moments in this video. But there's another video Nadia Shore has on there too about people who abuse power. Call them APs. They had an AMP grocery in the hood. That just came out. Yeah, APs. When you abuse power in a reading. Okay, so LB for Lotus Bloom, AP for abuse power. That's how we're gonna codify this. Okay, so that reading, that first reader, that really got me hooked and addicted on getting readings. And I guess it's like Donald Goins wrote in one of his books, maybe a couple of his books. RP, Rising Power to Your Spirit, Donald Goins. Beautiful. Dua for the books. How with narcotics, when people are hooked on the narcotic, they're forever chasing that first high. That first high, you know what I mean? Yeah, even when you have a good kiss, you want to kiss them again and chase the magic of that first kiss. The others are good kisses too, but I don't know, the first, sweet. Even if you make love for the first time, it's really, really good. And you chase. I think it's just chasing that first high. I think the inner misery, some may feel that gnawing sensation. I'm not talking about, you know, legitimate miseries like you have bills and things of that nature, but people who have enough fiat and guap and have a really good, comfortable material life. I'm like, how in the fuck are they miserable? Y'all look at Dominic Dunn, Proud with Papers. How the fuck are you miserable with all that fiat? What the fuck? I don't understand this shit. But spiritually, I guess I do. Then the Hawaiian rocks made me understand how rich could be miserable. I said, Hawaiian rocks, stolen lava rocks doesn't explain the whole lot to me. Stolen organs shutting down. That's why they want you to donate them. Because there's a different frequency on your organ if it's donated versus if they steal it. You can Google black market organ harvest. Don't take my word for shit. Take Google's word. Don't take mine, okay? You saw Get Out, the movie? Okay, yeah. So, but the frequency, because your cells is loyal to you. It lives with you, it knows you. And in a foreign environment, like, oh, where the fuck are we? What the fuck? Okay, we're gonna clock out right about now. Boom, shut the fuck down. So you see what I'm saying? So if they get you to agree with this thing by donating, you say, y'all, it's deep. It's deep. And Bob Marley said, me come here, whore, me leave whore. Yeah, that's just what Bob Marley, blessings be punished, but Rising Power. Do I look at his documentary? Okay. Yeah, some of these, so they all good. Paraphrase, misquote. Okay, so back to readings. All right, so in that reading, with that particular reading, she told me about why they robbed my house, and my family robbed my house February 90, why they did that. And I'm like, that's why they did that? Who would ever thought of it? You can read about that in the memoir, but that was that. I don't know if that was a Lotus Bloom or, yeah, wow. But anyway, back to this was an astrology reading. The older sister Taurus in Harlem. She was a bit hostile at certain points in the reading. That was like weird. I'm like, oh, all right, okay. Maybe this has something to do with our composite chart. I don't know. But this is AP, definitely AP. Then when she was hostile on the phone, I know I was a fool. I was a fool to continue on with her, but she had something like $40 an hour to talk on the phone, like, and she didn't want me to call it therapy because you know you need a license for that. I'm like, but it's therapeutic, is it not? What we're doing? You know, what am I going to do? Run to the Therapist Board of American? What the? It was just weird, and I typically like the Taurian frequency. And she had the same birthday as my beloved Ridge, too. I'm like, my mother-in-law had that birthday, too. I said, why is that birthday? You know how certain birthday dates follow you? I even wrote that in the memoir. And my baby's cousin's sister, she has that birthday. Is that Jack Cobb's birthday? Never mind. Listen to me. Weird APs with her. She like shot back in a hostile way over a Lilith. I was talking about Lilith on the phone, and she did she know anything about Lilith? But she explained later on that she was snappy because she don't know anything about Lilith. I was like, well, I didn't know you didn't know. That's why I don't know. I was just, because with other astrologers you have astro dialogue. I was just conversation. For me, it wasn't like an interrogation. That was just strange, weird energy. So I got a reading to figure out what the fuck that was. You ain't getting a reading on readers, ain't that a bitch? But she was telling me too, in person when I went there. She was like, stop getting them, stop getting readers. You know how you used to love shoes and pocketbooks and all that other stuff. Now you're not into that, you know, superficiality anymore, as you say it. But you just replaced buying pocketbooks and shoes with getting readings. So that was a lotus bloom. I was like, oh, dip, I never, because it's spiritual to me, it has substance. So you can load up on all that. It's not like you're loading up on carbs. You loaded up on divinity, in my opinion. So I'm thinking you can load up as much as you want, you know. But she was like, no, just stop getting them. It's you know, it's too many. And this is not nothing I'm really telling her per se. I guess she can see it in her reading or whatever she's doing to figure it out how to get through the reading, if you will. So she was like, you know, you replace pocketbooks and shoes and clothes and that stuff with readings. And I'm like, wow. So that was a lotus bloom. But there was the AP moments with Lilith. And and there's another AP moment. I can't prove it. I cannot prove it. But I used to mail the money order. We would have the phone conversation. No, first I mailed her the money order. When she gets it, we would have the phone conversation. We had scheduled the time, so I mailed enough time for her to get it, so we could start it, you know, the session on time. So back then I was mailing it from Westchester County to the Harlem. Shouldn't take that long. So one time she was still keeping the schedule, but she said I didn't get the money yet. I'm like, you didn't? You should have been got it. That's strange. I didn't mail it certified, just regular mail. Got a money order, wrapped it in paper, and, you know, mailed it. You know, she was getting the other ones before, so this particular one she didn't get. I'm like, that's strange. So I'm like, do you still want to do it? We can just reschedule. She said, no, I trust her to get here. You know, I trust you. We can do the reading. So we did the reading. And after a while, you know, she called. She was like, I still didn't get it. And I'm like, I tend to trust Taurians. Whereas I shouldn't, because it was a Taurus that violated. My first major violation in this incarnation was a Taurus. Major. Yeah, you don't get no more major than that. I don't know why on earth would I like that frequency. It's so strange. Anywho, so yeah. So she, you know, didn't get it. I'm like, oh shit. So after a while, it came back to me, and then I called. I said it came back to me. I don't know. She was like, well, you have the right address on there? I'm like, yeah, you got the other ones. She's like, I did. So we went over the address again, checked everything out, and that seemed to be okay. So I took it back to the post office. I'm like, I want to remail this. How does this work? How do I do this? She didn't get the first one. Yada, yada, yada. So the postal worker, she took a black magic Sharpie and blotted out, I think, the barcode and something she did to it. And then we redid it and she remailed it. She said, don't worry, it should get there this time. I said, okay. So that's retrograde shit, and you got to remail it. I could be wrong, so I don't want to call it an out-and-out AP. I just don't know, but I'm going to tell you why I think it finally got there. So time goes by, she calls me again. She was like, you know, I still didn't get it. I'm like, what do you mean? She said, I didn't get it. I remailed it. She said, I still didn't get it. By now, I already had the session. The work was done. She should be paid my yacht to balance. I'm big on my yacht, okay? I'm like, oh, no. I said, you know what? It must be lost in the mail. I'll just mail another $40. It was $40 an hour. I'll mail another 40. I'll mail another 40. I said, but when it does get there, you'll see, I told you, you'll see black magic marker on it. The postal worker did that. You'll know that's the duplicate. If you can just put it in another envelope and mail it back to me, I appreciate it. If it, you know, in case it gets there, because it should get there. She told me it should get there. But I'll mail another 40, because, you know, people need their fiat when they need their fiat, you know, bills and whatever have you. So She said, okay, yeah, when it gets, when it gets to me, I said, you'll recognize it because the black magic marker. She said, yeah. I'll mail it back to you. I said, okay, no problem. And I can mail you the postage for it. I don't know what stamps were then. Just regular mail, you know what I mean? And money go to this paper's light. I said, you can mail it, I'll mail you the postage. She was like, don't worry about that, because you know what stamp for 49 cents? I don't know. But anywho, so I'll go ahead and mail her another $40 this time. I mail it certified, green slip, all this, New York. Is it green slip nationwide? I don't know, probably. So I mail it certified, make sure it gets to her. So she finally get the $40 for that session reading. Was all over with. All over with. Then I mailed it to her again, because I'm gonna tell you the Lotus Bloom with her. We had our last session. I mailed the $40 for that one. That was all squared away. But still, that mystery 40 is, I don't know, is it lost in post office heaven? I don't know. Postal heaven? I don't go on postal. I don't know. Remember that term back in the days, New Yorkers? But I don't know. It never came back to me with the black magic marker on it. The envelope marked, I know. So it like marked, okay. It didn't come back to me. I don't know. I just went on with my life. But I'm gonna get to that $40 thing in a minute. Our last reading on the phone, I'm going to tell you about the Lotus Bloom. Because to that point, to the Capricorn astrologer, well respected, is it Luton? Something? I don't know. Yeah, astrologers, you know what I'm talking about when you look at Nadia Shore. Anywho, with the Lotus Bloom. The Lotus Bloom I got with her. Because I wouldn't say the therapy, because the 40 the hour we on the phone is astro based, because you already know my natal chart. So it's like an hour therapy with, like, I guess, a therapist in Manhattan on a leather sofa. But those therapists are not astro minded. I think any astrologer that become a therapist is the truth, okay? Because you just pulling from, you got to be the bomb. And I don't know if you're inclined to be receptive to that type of lingo, but I'm an astrologer, so I'm receptive to it, you know what I mean? But she did not like, again, this Taurus did not like me using the word therapist, because the whole licenses and politics involved. So I'm like, well, what do you want to call it? She said, I am your companion through these sessions. Because I'm like, well, what do you call yourself? What are you doing? I am your companion. I'm walking with you. I'm like, oh, all right, companion it is. Because it was over the top, like upset, like it was personal. Like, is this past life? That's when you get a reading, or the reader's like, what is this past life? What is she acting like this for? What in the name of Jesse James? I don't know, but anyhow. But I know it must be for a specific reason, because she got the natal chart. You see my point? Y'all get your protection from readers too. I'm not saying that she's this way or whoever's it, but once you give your natal chart, you do other things to protect, okay? You want to be symbiosis with me? You really want to be symbiotic? All right. Let the symbiosis games begin. That's if you get down like that. I ain't got to say no more. You done seen my natal chart, okay? You know what it is. Alrighty. Okay, I ain't threatening shit. Leave me, don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. Okay? Cardi B, if I see you and I don't speak, that means I don't fuck with you. That Libra master number. Alrighty, now, listen to me. I share. Okay, now, back to my point. So the last Lotus Bloom, the last session we had on the phone, she said, this ain't even astro, I guess it's all astrocentric, but she says to me, nasty is not the opposite of, no. Nice is not the opposite of nasty. I'm like, it's not? She said, no. This is the same high I got when Erykah Badu was at SOBs. And she said, no, hate is not the opposite of love. She said, I know y'all think it is, but no, hate is not the opposite of love. Fear. Fear is the opposite of love. And out of fear comes hate and all that other stuff. I'm at SOB standing like, oh, shit. Because all your life, don't you think hate is the opposite of love? She said, fear. I know Tyra Banks said indifference. Tyra, I beg to differ. I just do. I believe it's fear. That's the opposite. Racism, all that's out of fear. No, not big bad bully is fearful of non-combatants. No, but just, I guess, fear of their genetic survival. You know, the late great Dr. Francis Cress Westland talked about it. Dr. Phil Valentine, whom I've had classes with in person in Harlem at the Dempsey. But anyway, I digress. Blessings be upon your spirit, Dr. Francis Cress Westland. All right, now, so we were on the phone with the Taurus now. She goes, the opposite, she said, nice is not the opposite of nasty. I said, it's not? She said, no. The opposite of nasty is authentic. Lotus Bloom. Lotus mother effing Bloom. And then I was like, okay. And I was up. And I was like, well, thank you. She said, thank you. And peace. We got off the phone. That was the last I was spoke to her. That was the one. So that was bigger than me than the astrology readings. The other sessions on the phone. She said, authentic. The opposite of nasty is authentic. So that means when someone's being nasty, especially if they have no legitimate reason, like they're just being nasty for nasty's sake, you didn't do anything legitimately wrong to them. And no, ignoring them or not kissing their ass is not a wrong. Now, if their, ego is fragile and they crave attention, they think it's a wrong. But no, forgetting to kiss somebody's ass is not a wrong. You shouldn't even remember to kiss it in the first damn place. So it's something inauthentic going on. They're not addressing what's truly at the core of their pain. So they're projecting their pain onto unsuspecting and undeserving others to sort of like unload the pain off of them for a little bit onto someone else. But then the pain bounces back and boomerangs and ricochets back tenfold, because it's displaced disdain. It's displaced disdain, displaced dissonance. You know what I'm saying? So you're being inauthentic about why you feel that way. And that floored me when she said that. The opposite of nasty is authentic. Not nice. Dope. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But I got it. I was like, oh shit. Okay, now. I already told you about the love of Lotus Bloom. She described my sweetness. That reader. It was sincere. She saw it in the cards. Yeah. Then the other readers, they're just a lot of Lotus Blooms. But I'm going to go with APs. Another well-respected astrologer. I did a reading with him over the phone. And he said something to me that I won't repeat here. Maybe in my memoir. Maybe in the memoir. I find the guts to type it out, y'all. But he says so out of nowhere. And then, he's brave enough to show everybody his natal chart. So, and then one time, I think he showed his mom's, or somehow I know his mother's information. Where his Libra is concerned and things of that nature. And he didn't say that term for his mom, but he alluded to such. I'm like, wow, the same is applicable to his mom and her. But in that moment, not in that moment, I was so stunned he said it, I totally lost track of the reading. But I emailed him immediately when we got off the phone. And I asked him, why did you say that? Even if you felt it, it was another, because he's well-spoken. Total, expanse of the English vocabulary, highly intelligent. I'm like, you couldn't find a more professional way to say it, or another way to put it. I mean, my heavens, I couldn't believe he said that with his intellect. Wow. And I paid you for this reading. Oh jeez, you read more about that. That was totally I was stunned. I don't know. I'm like, well, maybe because he's a Scorpio. I think he's on the cusp. I don't know. I'm like, just wow. Oh wow. So I unfriended him on Facebook. I didn't think he would notice. He have over 5,000 friends, but he noticed. Like maybe a day or two later, he inboxed me like, what happened? I thought we were Facebook friends. Now, Facebook was getting rid of friends. I think, do they still do that? Like, Facebook could just delete friends from people. I don't know. It's part of some sort of culling ritual that they're doing. I don't know. I guess you'd rather that than they do it in real life, physical, fierce, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that reportedly, okay, this is all alleged, that they would just delete people's friends. They take a whopping 100 from you. No rhyme, no reason, no email. This is just what the fuck they do. People, racing around trying to remember who's gone and refriend them. And it's just crazy shit. So I'm assuming that's what he would assume happened. Oh no. Oh, he got a psychic on the payroll. He went right to my inbox because I'm asking him, how did you even notice I was gone? You have 5,000 friends, and I don't post on his thread all the time. No, I don't. I don't play his page close. And it's an astro page too, so I would be interested in that stuff. But no, I don't play his page close. I only comment here and there when something really compels me to do so. So I'm like, how did you even notice I was gone? He was like, I noticed. But how? He was like, I noticed she was gone. I looked, I said, oh, how did I lose her? Let me inbox you. And I'm asking you, how did I lose you? So no, I didn't have the guts to tell him. It's because of what you said on the phone that I thought I should be no longer connected. No, I didn't tell him that. I didn't. I surely didn't. But He knew, because we had, this is on Facebook, that inbox, but we had nothing longer of an email exchange, where in the email he was saying he don't remember what he said. I said, well, we taped it. Play the tape back. He said, I'm not going to play the tape back. But no, I don't remember. I guess if he's trying to blame it on stream of consciousness, maybe. I don't know. But I was like, And then I went to, he had a live event once in Brooklyn. I went to that. And this is, I know you're like, well, why are you still fucking with him? Didn't you just not quote Cardi B's verse in Bodak Yellow? Yeah, I did. But again, I love astrology. And you like to be in a cipher where everyone speaks the same language. You see what I'm saying? So I went to an event he had in Brooklyn, and he was on the panel, he was talking, and he said this, I'll never forget it. He said, I don't think a person should feel worse than they felt before they sat down in your seat, before you give, because he's talking to other, astrologers and readers. But, before you gave them a reading, they shouldn't feel worse, getting up out that seat to walk away. And I'm looking at him like, ain't this about a blip? And I was sitting up in the first row too, like wanting to, he see my facial expression here now. I'm like, I felt worse after that reading I got with you over the daggone phone. But in the event, I saw that to be an AP. Whether he remembers saying it or not, it's on the tape recorder, okay? I got the tape recorder. I don't know where, maybe the storage somewhere. But I got the tape recorder. I'm like, it's on tape. He was like, I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just saying I don't remember saying it. This is in the email. I'm like, unbelievable. Anyway, but yeah, as a professional, this is Nadia's show. Got talking to a lady who says this. When someone entrusts you with their birth date and they're coming to you for answers, I think you should be a humanitarian. I think you should be tactful. I think you should have a little couth in class. Things shouldn't just blurt out like that. You know what I'm saying? Have a little, put some brakes on it. Have a little class. I ain't talking just in person. Anyone, don't abuse the power that you have in doing readings and in doing anything. Don't abuse the power. He knows, everybody know about ascension. You don't want to thwart your ascension or make your ascension all glitchy and impeded because you're abusing power. Come on, don't let your ego dictate your regress and devolving of ascension. Any event, and that's and another thing he did with a dance over New Year's Eve years ago, talking about astrology, and he got to my sign and did the dark side of my sign. Ironically, I'm doing what he just said is the dark side of my sign. He said they expect everyone to be where they are mentally. I'm paraphrasing. I'm like, that's the dark side of my sign? Because there was some other really dark sides for the other signs that he was talking about, okay? Dark as hell. But he got to mine and said, they expect you to be. I don't think it's an expectation, more so of a natural assumption. You just assume that if it feels like common sense and common knowledge to you, you assume everyone else is holding that. So I don't speak for all, but from my barometer, not expectation, but an assumption. That's why it's so shocking when things are uncouth and unnecessarily uncouth and just no tact. You know what I'm saying? No class. Can't let Kimberly vlog 10. She said no class. And two of them bitches ain't had no ass. I'm not laughing at flat ass bitches. I'm not laughing. That's not my thing. I'm not doing that. Inappropriate. I couldn't do it. Never mind. It's inappropriate. But just the way she said it, just funny as hell. Oh, any of them. I don't look at her vlogs no more. She got any new ones, yo? Anywho, so. Back to my point. She lost a lot of things, didn't she? When she was only quoting the Bible, child. Her and Kimber Brown should be friends, and I hope they friends in private and talk kitchen table talk. They can talk freely. But when she was quoting that Bible, child, I digress. So, yeah, and another reader, we're gonna call her LV for lovely voice. I had that reading from her in 2012, January 2012. I believe. I think so, yeah. And the reading was going along smooth. Everything going along pretty smooth. And then she ups and says something that shocks me. And she's of a sign that you wouldn't think that would do that. I'm like, what the fuck? And I know you're like, well, girl, if you pay for the reading, there's the reading you'll get. But no, but I think there should be tact and couth with people who pay you for a service. Like he said, you shouldn't feel worse getting up out the seat after the reading than you did before you sat in the seat. And I heard that shit live in Brooklyn. So I'm like, What the fuck? And you're so stunned that you can barely get through the rest of the reading of what they're saying because everything stops. You're like, where the fuck did that come from? And why did it come out like that? And she's supposed to be classy. Her voice is so lovely. Her voice is hypnotic. But after she said that, the voice didn't feel a little hypnotic. Though I complimented her on the voice anyway. But my heavens, I was stunned. And I just, now I didn't email her. Later on, she had some kind of live. And I just ended up saying, I was about to say, I don't understand why you said what you said. And she said, are you going to address this now on a live? Because, you know, other people are listening. And I had paused because I'm like, no, I'm not trying to disparage her in front of her other clients or customers or fans. But, and I have no shame about, I guess I know my natal chart where I don't shame easily. I don't have no shame about it because even though I know we're programmed in a world, a society, unfortunately, to scorn the one who was victimized or shamed rather, or ridiculed, and versus scorn the ridiculer. I deal with mathematics. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it doesn't make sense to my senses to scorn the victimizer. Without scorning the victim, pardon me, cancel, scratch that. To scorn the victim and don't scorn the victimizer. I don't see how that. But with this society, it seems like we're patriarch society. Seems like they have programmed us to scorn the victim and salute the victimizer. It's a weird programming. But I just never been of that ilk because it just doesn't make any sense to me. Hold on. I need a little water. Yeah, so I wanted to address it because it was on my mind. I was like, you couldn't email her? No, very knee-jerk reaction. I didn't even think I'd get through because she was that popular. I was like, oh, dip, I got through. Oh, shit. So I got through, and she was like, you're going to say this now? And I'm like, no, I'll email you. And she asked for an email to a reflection. So that's the pussyfied thing, because in the reflection, I should have said it then. But I don't know. I don't know. I'll read more about it in the memoir. Oh no, I'm eating chocolate. Carob, good chocolate, correct? K-Rob, with a C-A-R-O-B. You know what I'm talking? Anyway, they had chocolate tours in Costa Rica too. So oh, lovely. Anyway, so but it's K-Rob. But anyway, I digress. So I got off to her live. I was about to email her. I'm thinking about to email her because she's going to finish her live. I don't know if she put her live on hold. If she told the people, because she had a huge following. I don't even know if she's still, I can see if she's still doing it. This is 2012. So my thing is that last thing I thought she would do was call me because we had a session, so she had my phone number. I didn't think she would have called me because she has a live going on. When I'm telling you I'm about to type this email to her to tell her how I felt about what she said, my phone rung and I saw her name. I said, oh shit, I thought she had a live. I don't know, she must have put them on hold like party people. I'll be back in a minute. I don't know. And she was upset. I couldn't believe her. Her voice didn't even sound pretty anymore. She was very upset that I attempted to just mention what was said in the reading on her live. Granted, duly noted. I said, well, I was upset that you said it. I couldn't believe you said that. She said, well, why didn't you say something then? But I don't know if she's into astrology with natal charts as well. If not, if so, she didn't have my natal chart. But I was trying to explain to her about, well, Mercury retrograde and da-da. Anyway, she was upset that I would mention that. I'm like, well, I was upset that you would say that. So we went back and forth, but she was very upset. And she started like speed talking fast where I couldn't, it was incomprehensible. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get off the phone because I think you have a live to do. And I have an email to do. And we just got off the phone and that was it. But that was, in my opinion, I have a right to have an opinion about my own reading I paid for. That was definitely AP, abuse of power. Because there's just another way you could say things to someone who's paid you for a service. It's not like you was giving them a freebie, in my opinion. In the opinion of the Caucasoid, I won't disrespect the Caucasian. I'm not talking about you, LV. But you know how we're programmed to treat Caucasians. That Caucasian that said that Nadia showed in that video how we shouldn't abuse power when someone is entrusting you with their life for a reading. That's essentially what they're doing. They're entrusting you with their life in that moment. And you should not abuse that. I said, say it again, okay? That was a great video. It inspired this one. I was going to do a blog about it. But it inspired this one. Absolutely it did. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, those were good readings. Those were good readings. And I don't know, it's something else that's missing. And there's another reader I had over the phone. He's excellent. Very good too. But it's like it's something that's missing that I can't put a quite thing. Oh, and there's another one, like a Yoruba reader. He was, hold on, y'all. He was like hostile. I paid him too. You paid for him, like really hostile. And he was anti-astrology, but he was telling me, well, trying to get me to not focus on astrology so much. And it's rare you would hear that in the spiritual community, that I should be diversified in my expertise. I'm like, well, that's a Gemini. He was, you know, Gemini is variety. That's what they do. They're the jack of many trades. You know, and I'm saying to him, are you a Gemini? You know, he's pushing this, you know, diversify and persona thing. And he was like, yeah, I'm not going to disclose that, though. Something I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, it was semi-hostile. It was weird and shameful. That was the worst $50 I've ever spent in my life. That was absolutely horrible. I don't know. That was definitely an abuse of power, because it felt competitive. You're like, well, maybe that's what he saw in a reading. No. I've been trained on how to do readings and things of that nature. No, no, no. Even if you see something like that, there's a way you word it and articulate it. But it wasn't even about definitive things per se. It was like a tug of war. It felt like he was doing, like it was like some sort of competition. Like he's like saying, I'm better than you. Or did he see that I'm a reader and the envy, like, she's not better than me? And I don't know. That was a weird thing on the phone. I barely can look at him on YouTube anymore, his channel. I didn't want to hear his voice. The worst $50 I've ever spent. Ever. Now, you may not have that experience. People think you're doing this to disparage. I ain't mentioned no names, okay? I gave pseudonyms. You may have a different experience, but I'm speaking to my experiences. You speak to your experiences on your channel. I speak to mine here. This is just sheer logic to me. Not sarcastic. Just sheer logic. Some people, when they can't trump your logic, they think, oh, you're being sarcastic. No, I'm not. I'm being logical. What the fuck? But if they can't trump it or top it, you're automatically condescending or sarcastic. I'm like, no, that's not my conscious intent. But why? You made a point, I made a point, and we made a point. There's no prize for me. If I'm going to be competitive, there's a substantive prize. Like my rent will be paid for 1 year or something. Unless there's a tangible prize I'm interested in, I don't feel inclined to be competitive. My ego doesn't need that. But in any event, that's it. This may be a part 2 to readings. I'm at 1 hour and 32 minutes. And I'm wondering if I've covered all the APs and LBs. I've had so many readings, y'all. So there's a woman in Virginia, Caucasian. I won't even say Caucasoid. She's good. She's good. She picked up. Because I'm like, well, Caucasians are good, but they don't have the melanin. I'm like, how are they good with a melanin deficiency? I don't. But then I looked at Ghost in My Child and see how melanated people can reincarnate as Caucasians. You ever met a Caucasian that don't seem to have an ounce of racism in them? Just not one ounce. But they must be like Tina Marie, okay? Okay, singer. Google if y'all know. Sister in the past life all day. They just feel, you feel your guard is down. You feel okay around them. You don't feel any type of racist tease. I think they were melanated in the past life. I do. I do. Look at their South Node. Their South Node was in Pisces. Pisces or Cancer, I would say. Chances are, any water sign, chances are they could have been melanated in the past life, in my opinion. Especially Pisces. Okay. But Ghost in My Child confirmed it. Little 6-year-old Caucasoid boy. I mean Caucasian. Forgive me. I don't mean no harm. It's the term is on the internet, okay? I'll do a rose off my tongue, Zoid, you know. Anyway, he was like 6, telling his mom all kinds of things. His name was Pam. He worked in a sewing machine place, a tailor, make clothes, a seamstress thing, and there was a fire in the building in Chicago. He jumped out the. I'm telling you, look at Ghost in My Child on YouTube. You'll find it. You'll find that episode. So I'm like, wow, you know. So That's what racism is really scary. Because like a racist Caucasian befriend another Caucasian because they're Caucasian, but what if they were melanated in a past life? You don't know who was who in the past life. Yeah, it's just child. But I do know each life writes a script for the next life. You know, just you see what I'm saying? There's a continuum in that way. Okay, you choose the husk and the casing, and you can look at the videos for that. But yeah, my point. The Virginia medium, she's dope. I don't want to give her name because I think she used her real given name, her real given in government. She's good. She picked up what happened when I walked from Bloomingdale's to Radio City Music Hall to see a Jill Scott concert. I only told that story to certain people. That's it. I told my mom recently. I told my beloved I'm with. I told my sister-in-law that story. That was it. I don't think I wrote it down in my journal. That story. So, because my sister-in-law was like, you should go on Celebrity Ghost. They had Celebrity Ghost stories they had on, was it A&E? I'm like, girl, I'm a regular average Jane Q. I'm Jane Q. Jane Q was a dope rap name. God, if I was a rapper, I made it. Isn't that dope? Don't bite, y'all. It just came in my mind. In the event, I just made the mother up last night. Anyway, y'all. She said, no, they have ghost stories with regular people. She was like, write the producers. But I didn't want to tell the producers my story. There's a term they had back in the days. They still got it. Something strange happened on the way to the theater last night. On the way to the theater from Bloomingdale's, I was going to meet friends. They were already there to see Jill Scott. This is early 2000. I've been wanting to write Radio City Music Hall. If they can email me all the dates Jill Scott played there in the 2000s, the early 2000s, just to see if I could find the date I went. I used to keep ticket stubs too. I don't know what the hell stuff is at now. But I want to look and see. I want to look at the constellations. What was the natal chart of that day that concert was? Because, man, y'all, I don't even know if I put this in the memoir. It's just that powerful, okay? I know I had on New Balance sneakers because I liked them. You know, I was still walking. I'm still walking to work around that time. So I was just a walker. And in Manhattan, you get there quicker walking. The yellow cabs would charge me from the jail and traffic. I was trying to get to the concert one time, and I left Bloomingdale's at 6 p.m. So, and the concert started at 8. I don't forgot who opened for Jill Scott that day, that evening. Okay, and my then friends was there. Scorpio was there. I was friends with the gay guys. Today's one of the gay guys' birthday. Happy birthday! I'll use his pseudonym in the book. It's Kaja and Kaja. Kaja, happy birthday, Kaja. That's one of his pseudonyms in the book. My memoir, the thing I'm get published, y'all. Do we just still publish it? No, the publisher's Rob. You like to? I'm dealing with let's call them the 8H. They didn't rob me of $450, and I don't even talk about it. But in the event, what about that? I already wrote pissedoffcustomer.com with it. I need a better business, bro. But yeah, back to that walk. The Virginia medium picked up on that incident from Bloom. Is she not good? She even picked up on things with the memoir. I was like, she is fucking good. Yeah, she's good. She's really, really good. And I shared that walk from Bloomies to Radio City too with a spiritual guy. He's on YouTube too. He's expensive though. No offense to him. If you can afford it, fine, by all means. But I told him he didn't pick up on it. He didn't have no reading. I could afford him. His readings don't have. And even if I could, I know him. Like, you know how you know someone? We've had sort of like beefy tension. I can't explain that Libra. But anyhow, I told him about it. And he just he was like, oh, I'll tell you, you walked into and he told me what I walked into. I'm like, but on how? I didn't, because I'm thinking, do something spiritual. You gotta fast from solids. You have to do this. You have to do things to have these spiritual experiences. I had a regular day. He said, well, was your energy high? Did you feel good that day? I'm like, I sure did. My then friend worked at Bobby Brown Cosmetics. And I went to her booth. She'd do my face. And I always buy something, patronize. And she give me samples in the bag. I buy lip gloss. She put samples in there, whatever happened. And but she wasn't there. So one of her coworkers, they did my face, my makeup for the evening. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I had my shoes in my knapsack. But I knew I wanted to walk to Radio City. So I put on my New Balances, brand new spanking clean New Balance sneakers. I remember them, cute, very cute drag. My hair, did I have a doobie? No, I had dreadlocks. I was going to a loctician in Brooklyn, so I had my dreadlocks up like a little pretty crown. She used to hook it up. I forgot her name in Brooklyn. She used to get busy with my dreadlocks, wash it, and oh gosh, she got so pretty. She would twist it up like a beautiful crown. Your dreads, okay? So, I looked cute. I had a cute outfit on. To me, it was a regular day, but the Libra feels that my energy was so high. He said, "Did you eat that day?" I'm like, "I don't remember." This is the early 2000s. I know I didn't eat a lot when I was walking a lot. I used to love to make lemon, kelp, kale, and liver. Thank you, Daddy. This looks delicious. Thank you, Papa. This looks delicious. And we have salt, pepper, and I usually put essential oil in here too. Bring me my look in the drawer, see what essential oils. You're gonna see lemon essential oil in there. You're gonna see ginger essential oil in there. Can you bring me the lime, lemon, and ginger essential oils? I usually add that to my tea. I may add a little to the food too. This looks great. Blessings. Ashe is the blessings to the sacrifice names. Sorry, y'all. Papa just brought me breakfast. Very tasty. Very healthful. Ashe is the. Yeah, so she did my makeup. The co-worker did it. And I'm going to tell you about that in the book. More on that with the co-worker in it. And I'm walking towards Radio City Music Hall. If you're from New York, you know that walk is not that bad. Bloomies is on the east side. Thank you. On the east side. 3rd Avenue, Lexington, 50s. And Radio City is Avenue of Americas. Oh, pardon me. Avenue of the Americas. It's not a far walk. If you're a native of New York, you know that's not a far walk. It don't take no 3 hours to get there, is my point. Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Daddy. It don't take no 3 hours. Yes, and he called me Mama, too. Monique, girl, I know what you mean by that. And Sid, you were right. No one complains about you calling her Mama. They want to complain because she called you Daddy. It's a patriarchal society. It's just weird. Anyway, so... yeah, hold on, I'm doing my tea, y'all. I'm going to do a little essential. Get the edible essential oils. And add it to your tea. Yummy. So, hold on, the ginger. It's delicious. So, yeah. I'm walking. Had music in my ears. I think I had a CD player then. A Walkman. They called it a Discman back then. And I'm walking. Listen to music. I was going to listen to Jill, but I said, no, I'm about to see her perform live. Let me listen to something else. I remember that. But I forgot what I was listening to, because spiritual people want to know, well, what were you listening to? Maybe they have something to do with it. I'm like, I don't remember. I know I had the Jill Scott CD. You know, you may get lucky and get backstage and get to sign it, but I decided not to listen to her because I was about to go in my ears walking, because there was one way to listen to her live. And you know, part of the chewing, y'all. I'm hungry. Hold on. I did the power video before this, so I've been at this for a while. Oh, I still need salt. Papa, I need salt. More salt. Forgive me. This is I didn't sprinkle enough. I'll get it. No, I don't want to walk away from the video. Oh, jeez. I know. Y'all tired of listening to me chew and say, please walk away from the video. Y'all click off. I'm saying, please click off. If you're tired, bored, or restless. These videos ain't for the restless. Thank you, baby. I'll hold on to it because I can't seem to taste it. Okay. Oh, that's too much salt. Oh, I'm glad I poured it in my hand first. I've been so hurt I poured all that salt in the food. It'd be too salty. That ain't cool. Although this is good salt. Okay. I gotta get the Himalayan salt. Okay, so listen. I was like the Korean people here. Watch me now. Okay, yeah. So I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm walking. And all of a sudden Manhattan has a lot of yellow cabs, especially back then. It's just a busy it's a busy area. Especially when it's not that late at night. Hold on. The streets become desolate. When I tell you Alice in Wonderland, Ava in Wonderland, Dorothy and the Wiz, the Oz, you know, I'm telling you. and me and just all my ditzy glory talking about, where's everybody? I just thought people just decided not to drive down that street. I don't know what I was thinking, but the street became desolate. No cars. Just things, and not like an eerie ghost town. Nothing like that where you think you see a barrel of hay coming across the no, but no. Just I don't know. Just like all the cars decided to drive elsewhere. It was just, I don't know. I looked up at the buildings, the tall sky rises. You can still see lights on. It's just everybody out. I'm just interested in going to see Jill Scott. Getting in one time because I think her opener was dope. I forgot who it was, but I know they were dope. So I'm going to do one time. Meet up with friends, enjoy the concert. Anywho, it happened. It happened. I won't say what happened here or in the memoir, I don't think, but it happened. The people I told them it happened, but what happened? But wow, and wow, just yeah. Don't you know? By the time I got to Radio City Music Hall, it was 11 o'clock at night. The concert was over. You know how people start to stand up for the headline? You standing up. You no longer sitting. You standing. You grooving while she's singing. 11 o'clock at night. And I just walked in. You know how ushers be at the door. Let me see your ticket. Take your ticket. No, walked right on in. And I'm like, oh my God. You know, just Edith Bunker teased. Chrissy Snow teased galore. I'm like, where's everybody? There's no ushers in. Nobody want my ticket. Just weird. Honey. Did I even get a ticket? Did my friends have the will call tickets at the? Listen. Walked right on in. Looking for them. But I had a ticket because I know I'm looking for the seat. And them. And they like, why are you so late? I'm like, I'm late? And I'm like, well, that's why we're going to stand in. They was like, duh. It's almost over. Where were you? Why you wasting folks' money? Because I think somebody treated me to a ticket. Was it Bernie? Bernie's the name in the pseudonym in the memoir. I don't know. They was like, you wasting folks' money? I don't know, but I'm telling you. I left Bloomingdale's at 6. I kid you not. And they were interested in Jill Scott, you know, me climbing over them to get to the seat. They just, you know, just interested in Jill Scott. But the Scorpion friend, Bernie, she's spiritual. She's into astrology and everything. So she's looking at me like, yo. And she could see I must have looked visibly shaken. She knew that, like, yo, what happened? I said, I left Bloomingdale's at 6. It don't take me that long to walk to over here. I know that Bloomingdale's don't even stay open till 11 o'clock at night unless it's Christmas. Do they stay open that late? She was like, I believe you. She believed me because she's into this stuff. So she knows. I don't know if she remember after all these years. We're excommunicated. Eternally excommunicated as far as I'm concerned, okay? But so she knows of it from then in that moment. But I don't know if she retained this data. I don't know. I ain't telling it. If you know about it, be one of some ex-friend who told you, okay? But the fellas, the gay guys, you know, what they call them the gays, my friends back then, they weren't receptive to what I was saying because they're not into spirituality like that. They was into Jill Scott like that, okay? And paying for their tickets. And they're like, oh, she's late. You're always late, which is true. I'm, you know, call me tardy tulip. But it is what it is. But like Erykah Badu gave you her reason for being late. Mine is not too far from that, okay? But yeah, from Bloomingdale's to Radio City, that Rita picked up on that. Yeah, she had the tea, the spiritual tea. But I'm almost at 2 hours. I'm bugging. This may be a part 2 to readings. And then maybe not. I don't know. Depending on how I feel. With that little Kim with that song, depending on how I feel. But never mind. I'm always ever musically minded. Old school good shit. Alright, y'all. Peace. And thanks for those who listen this long. When you get your readings, you're looking for the Lotus Bloom effect. And you're not looking for APs. But if you are, you want to document them. Okay? Alright. Peace.